thank you so much for tuning in. It is your girl Whitley, and it is Couples and Cocktails. I don't know why I say cocktail. I just got, hey, get it. Go. Hey,
get your cocktails.
Get your cocktails. Get your, because what we gonna do, we gonna get our what? We gonna get our cocktails. We gonna drink it up. Hey. Oh my gosh. Show about your energy.
I'll get you started.
Y'all, these are true musicians and artists right here. So you just made it, like, did you hear? You dropped a beat. You got us flowing. Like, that's what you do, huh?
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
See me later for the theme song.
I was about to say on camera, I need a theme song. I need that. So can you provide it? All right.
On camera, yes.
Yes.
I can.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Well, it is one of my favorite couples that is joining me right now. Can y'all just give it up for their outfit? Don't they just look so sophisticated? Just so, you just giving me, I mean, just life right now. This is Black excellence at its finest. And the crazy part is, you know when you hear the term multi-hyphenate creative, like that's your household. It's just, okay, what do you not do? I mean, like sincerely, but tell the people, for those that don't know, what you actually do, and then I'm gonna ask you what you don't do. But like, can you just give them a little intro and let the people know what you do?
Sure. So usually when I get asked this question, I tell people that I am a graphic designer by day and a rock star by night.
Oh, and that you are. We can't see your shoes. Can you lift your leg up? Just, yes! You heard me that I know. Come on. Yes! Come on. Those are hot. How many inches are those?
7, I believe.
7 inches. Wow.
Yes.
Those are fire. Yes. Yes. You look good, girl. I'm distracted. All right. I promise you, Jay, it's not like that. I'm
used to it at this
point. I know.
Everywhere we go.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
But y'all look good together though. So I don't want to just, as I'm biased and you're gorgeous and your face is just amazing. But y'all are a good looking couple. You know, Jay, you know you're my brother, but y'all look good. Y'all look good, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. So,
and
sir,
you looking great too.
Don't hype me up.
We can't ignore
Can
that.
we acknowledge all of this?
Don't hype me. Okay, hype me. Just a little bit.
Go ahead, girl. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Whoa. But no, seriously, it's about you right now.
Okay.
Tell the people what you do.
Yes.
Well, I'm a producer. In every sense of the word, I write, sing, rap, play instruments. I play the keyboard, the drums, the trumpet. Pretty much, I just do what needs to be done to finish the record.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be, mixing, engineering, mastering. And then in addition to that, I'm also the Chief Operations Officer of a nonprofit that specializes in music therapy, where we take all of those skills I just mentioned before and speak with children about trauma. And we use that music as kind of a bridge to be able to talk to them. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Okay. So what I didn't hear that you do everything, and I didn't hear what you don't do, but it's okay because that's why you here, because you're that bomb. And don't take this the wrong way, but you both, when I picture your household, I just picture like Snow Allegra playing in the background, and it's like candles.
Yo, shout out to Snow.
Shout out to Snow.
Yes,
okay. And I just picture you guys like making songs and creativity and passion. But like, was it always like this? Is that how y'all started? Like, what is your love story beginning? You know?
Shall I take the lead?
Go ahead.
So we actually met at UCR.
Shout out to
Go Highlanders. And we met at summer orientation. And we met on the dance floor. Some Juvenile was bumping.
Oh shoot! Back that thing up.
Yes.
You were backing it up.
Slow-mo, girl.
You slow motion and backed it up. You got all that in one night.
One night.
One night.
And it's cool. It ain't started yet.
One night only.
One night only. Okay. So that's where we like met, but we didn't exchange any information or anything like that. And then when the school year actually started, that's when we like had a formal introduction and exchanged information and started hanging out a little bit. And then we stopped hanging out for a while. Do you want to take it from there?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. So pretty much the reason why we stopped talking is because I was in a position where it was college. It was the first, year of school. And so I really wasn't ready to settle down just yet. And so I was exploring my options, meeting new people.
Exploring your options. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
Exploring my options.
Meeting new people, finding myself.
Yeah.
And, what ended up happening is maybe 2 or 3 years later, I was working at the mall.
Wait, it was 2 years after you guys just stopped talking. Okay, got it.
So we would see each other from time to time, and we would, kind of flirt with each other, but it was still nothing serious.
Yeah.
Neither one of us could deny that there was something there, but still, again, exploring. And so one day I was in the mall. I had one of those annoying jobs in the mall where I was selling cell phones. I was the guy at the kiosk selling phones.
That stops
pretend
you
to
when
not
yes, you ignore.
Yeah. The guy you're supposed
that
to
was
ignore.
you?
Yeah, so it was my job to get you to stop. And I was terrible at that job. Except for this one day
Yeah.
when this beautiful young lady walked by. And actually the first time she walked by, she did not stop because
I didn't even hear him,
she
honestly.
didn't even hear me.
I usually turn my ears off when I go into a mall because I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, you're focused. You know
Yeah.
what you're there for. You're leaning in.
Yep.
But thank God for Mrs. Fields cookies that happened to be next to my kiosk. And she came back to get some cookies.
She came back to get some cookies.
I always got to get some cinnamon
You had to get
this.
this. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
And that was my chance. And I jumped on the opportunity.
Spit that game.
And yeah.
You sing, right? I mean, I know you sing. Now, let me not. Did you sing to her? Like, how did it?
You know what's funny? I did not sing to her that day.
Oh, you
But my
didn't?
boss used to make me sing to the guests.
Oh,
the
what did he
people
make you
walking
sing?
by.
Sing something.
What did he make me sing?
You know you're going to flip that back on
He
me
gonna
later,
flip.
right?
No,
'Cause if I
don't.
start
Nah.
singing-
This
If I
ain't.
start
Okay. Never mind. It's all right. Go by one of the songs. Okay. So your boss used to have you sing. Okay. So you guys, you see her, you spit game. Do you take the game and there and
course.
oh, you took the game.
I mean,
Okay.
'cause, he didn't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we already familiar with each other. I was excited to see him.
Yeah.
I had to play it cool, obviously. But I was like, oh, okay. Like, so yeah, he didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, because you already knew each other, so you
Right.
just pick back up. Y'all start dating. Does it get serious, or do you just go through college, kind of just like how was the dynamic?
It got pretty serious pretty quickly after that. I remember I was just getting off of work, so we exchanged numbers, and I was like, let's race to see who could get home the fastest. And whoever gets home calls the other person.
Oh.
And
So
so-
it was a literal game. Like when you
Yeah.
said it was not just. Oh, okay.
You got to make it fun.
Yeah,
So-
that is. Somebody needs to write that down. Are you write
So-
that down?
We got home, and I think I might have got home a little bit faster,
You did.
which was the plan anyway, because I was going to call her either way. And we talked for like 3 hours that night and just kind of reconnected. And I was really just realizing that there was never any reason that we weren't together other than I just wasn't ready. And this woman was always kind, and she always held a safe space for me and made me just feel like home. And so after that night, we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah.
Almost 17 years.
17 years. So really growing up together. And it's so interesting because, you know, the past couples that I've talked to, they've gone through that same process. What was it, though, for the two of you that you would say during those years of college really shaped and formed the bond that you have now? Because I know people always say this, like, y'all soulmates, like, you guys just match literally and figuratively. But, like, what would you say during those years really helped to create the foundation that you share together now?
I would say, honestly, like church had a really big influence on our relationship because we started going to church together. I actually was not one of those kids who went to church. I did not grow up in the church like that. So I didn't really start going to church until I was a whole adult. And, you know, just being able to do that together and, you know, learning patience, because that's a really big thing for me. I'm very impatient, which is why other relationships did not work out. But I feel like church like really laid a foundation for us to like build a great relationship on.
Wow. Jay, same for you?
Church and music, really. That was like really the beginning of our foundation. Like if we could go back to the very first night we actually hung out, I went to her dorm room.
Oh.
And she had.
Don't do it.
Sorry. I didn't mean to make it. I didn't mean to make it like that. Okay, you went to the dorm room. Yes.
It is PG-13.
Yes. No, I believe that.
And she had a keyboard in the dorm rooms.
Oh, caught your
I
eye.
can't play, but I had it.
I was about to say you play.
Girl, no.
Oh,
But I've had a keyboard my whole life, so.
Got it.
But still not.
real musician. Yeah, at least you hear the chords and stuff like that.
Yeah. Took a little star.
Yes.
That was it.
That's a classic.
That's hard, yeah.
Come on.
That was it. I saw the keyboard, and we sat down, and the first song I played was "Some People Want It All. I don't want nothing at all. Everything's nothing if I ain't got you."
Yeah.
And she just happened to be. I had no idea. I was hoping.
Yeah.
She was a big Alicia Keys fan.
Okay.
And so
We share a name.
Come on.
that was how our bond literally started, and then conversation grew from there about what our passions were. And shared passion is like the flame that continues to keep our relationship ignited.
That makes a lot of sense because I feel like there are times when couples and opposites attract, but I think that really there's still some sort of foundational piece that's bringing them together. Fundamentally, they're able to move together in that direction. And you both really leaning into your passion as a couple, but then as individuals, and have found so much success. What does that look like, though, to be supportive to each other in this industry that, you know, I love it, but I do understand it's really taxing. It can play a lot on your mental health, your emotional health, just feeling, I'm sure you agree with this, like you need to meet a standard physically, appearance-wise. So how have you guys managed to stay together in an industry that really pulls just people apart as singular, and then as a couple must be even more?
That's a good question. You know, I mean, we just do it. It's like, I don't know that we're doing anything special. It's just, you know, we support each other. I think that's like number one. And why I'm able to do what I do and how I do it is because, like, I know I can go to him with any idea and he'll be supportive of it. He doesn't ever shoot me down when I have ideas about songs or lyrics or melodies or whatever. And he always just makes me like feel validated, I guess, when it comes to who I'm trying to be in this industry. And a lot of times I give him credit for me even picking singing back up, because there was a time where I wasn't singing due to health reasons, and I gave up on music, and he was like there to like support me and say, hey, like, I know this is your passion, this is what you want to do, like I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And I think also like I've just been able to kind of move in and out of the industry like fairly well without too many issues, because being a woman in this industry can be hard, but it's like he's there.
Yeah.
Like he produces all my music. He's at all the shows.
on.
Try me if you want to.
Yes.
Because he's gonna
right
be
there.
right there.
We'll
So
do
some have tried, but they don't
Really?
get very
Yeah.
far. So I'm grateful for that, and I know that's not every woman's story in this industry, but that's he's kind of my bodyguard in a sense.
And you mentioning the whole thing that happened as far as health, I don't know if you mind us going deeper into that, but I know that whole fight song and movement was surrounded around that time. Do you mind sharing a little bit about what that experience was like?
Yeah. So in 2016, we released my first single, Fight. And that song was inspired by a period of time where I had lost my singing ability because I got really sick one night and was, not to be gross, but was vomiting for like 8 hours straight and couldn't hold anything down, water, nothing. And so after that like episode, for some reason like my vocal cords, I don't know what happened, because I actually never went to a doctor about it. This was like during a time I was anti-doctors. But there was like for about 12 years, like I really struggled with my voice, and it was difficult for me because I've known since I was 3 years old that I wanted to be a singer. And so when I reached that point of, well, I can't even sing a note without it sounding terrible, it was really hard for me. But I spent the time to like rebuild my vocal range. I did vocal lessons. I went to YouTube University and try to learn healthy ways to warm up. And then with that, I also did a lot of like dietary changes as well, because I did develop GERD, acid reflux disease, and that had, I guess, a lot of effect on my singing abilities as well.
Got it.
So yeah, that it was quite the time, but he was right there and very supportive. And then in 2015, I should say, was when I felt comfortable enough to actually record something. And then in 2016, we put it out there, and I wanted that song to be a song to encourage people to fight for their dreams, because singing is my dream. And like I fought for that, and I just want people to never be discouraged by obstacles. If there's something you want to do in this life, you should just do it, and don't let people tell you can't, and don't let your circumstances tell you can't either.
I'm inspired. I need to go listen to the song again. Okay. Going through all that, Jay, you were right by our side. And that is a testament to the person, the man that you are. I mean, I met you in college before I met your lovely wife. And you've always been like a brother to me. I mean, definitely always had my back, been very inspirational, very supportive. And even with Music for Your Mental Health, like here you go again, leaning in, giving your gifts out and your talents to help students, to help you to really deal with what they face often as creatives. So do you mind talking a little bit about where do you get that goodness from? Like, were you just born like this? Like, where does that come from? Because you could go from writing songs and Billboard hits to literally sitting there teaching students to going in the studio and dealing with like top celebrities, making music even for Tough Love itself, right?
Yes.
I mean, where does that come from?
Well, I was definitely born with it. It's just a love, a passion for people. And I think a lot of it comes from my mother, my grandmother, and my grandparents in general. Like, they were people who loved people very deeply and who always created spaces with the gifts that they had. And so being around that my entire life and seeing that, it was very natural for me to take whatever gifts God gave me and use them in a way that amplifies others. So it's always just been a natural function of who I am. I don't know how to not
Yeah.
encourage and uplift, because it's just how I live. It's how I go through life. It's just who I am.
I'm not quite married yet, but one of the
You wanna
things.
yell at
Okay, listen, the finger is
Out
waiting. But you know, there is, I think, an obsession a little bit with this. And I mean this in the most respectful way, but
Yeah.
this is so cute. And somebody watching at home is going to be like, oh my God, like, look at that. They're just like so amazing.
Thank you.
But this takes work.
Absolutely.
And there are probably some practical things, and I know you kind of alluded to it before, but like giving someone advice that's like, hey, I love what they're doing. I love the fact that I want my man to support me. I want, you know, my lady to support me in this capacity. But practically, what advice can you give those watching to say, this can work? Because this is why we're doing this, to show it can happen. Like,
Right.
we can have successful, healthy relationships, but what does that take to do that?
Yeah, I think what I've learned over these last 17 years is the foundation of any great relationship is the relationship that you have with yourself. And so you need to do the work. What is the work? The work is understanding how you process things, understanding how you relate to the world around you, understanding, you know, everything about your childhood leading up to now. Once you can really fully love yourself, you're in a great position to be able to not only express things that trigger you, boundaries that you have, but also be able to fully support your partner and your friends and your cousin and your sisters. And so it's like the biggest thing is learning yourself.
Yeah.
Going beyond that is always tough because people want advice, but your life is not my life. And so it's important for you to understand how you work.
Yeah.
So I'm always very weary about how I tell people to go on this
Right.
journey.
Yes.
Because your journey is your journey.
Your
It's
journey
a
is your
beautiful journey.
Oh.
But you have to do the work to really reap what it is you want to see at the end.
This was good. Okay, where can we check out what you're doing and connect with you?
So you can find me everywhere under Elishia Cherie, ELISHIASHARIE.com, on Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple.
Come
I'm
on.
everywhere.
Come on.
So you can support me by, and really support us.
Yes.
By buying the debut album.
Yes.
The Phoenix Rising.
Pew, 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 pew.
That would be really amazing to support, you know, all the people who really poured into that project. My husband included, who you know, had to put up with me as far as the editing process, the mixing process went, and you know, he's very patient and very kind. Even though I had so many changes and feedback, and you know, I would have just said, like, mix it yourself if it was me, but that's why I'm not an engineer. So that's how you can support us on the musical side. For Music for Your Mental Health, for a nonprofit, how can they support us?
Yeah, you can support us by going to www.musicforyourmental.org.
Yes.
And, you know, if you feel led to make a donation or even just share the work that we're doing to, you know, a school or another organization that we might be able to partner with, and just keep this energy going, because especially us, we need spaces where we can be vulnerable and unload.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, keep up the work that you're doing in the community. And to that, we got a toast.
Yay!
It's your cocktail.
Hey.
Hey.
Waiting on.
We was waiting on this.
Full.
This is very full. And
TikTok.
to you, all right? Y'all are beautiful. Black excellence at its finest.
No.
Cheers, 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 cheers. Oh, man. Uh-oh, be careful. Not on the 7-inch heels. Come on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Couples and Cocktails. Make sure you follow at Whitley Porter at Couples and Cocktails. And until we meet again, go ahead and sip. Sip on it. Sip on it. Hey, sip on. You sipping?
Oh.
Go ahead. We sipping. We gonna sip on it. We gonna sip. We gonna next time we gonna shoot on it. All right. Shoot. That sounds bad. I'm not. That sounds like I'm a drug. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't shoot. Just cut. All right.